night.
It's Rachel and John. It's late night, and reminding you that you should come here, Foster Plaza, 5 Foster Plaza, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. We usually record this, except hold the horses because we have the Porch tour coming up here. And in June, we will be out on the road. So if you show up here on a Friday night in June, we will not be here.
And don't come to people's houses.
But that also reminds you that to get your Porch tour submissions in, we want to see your porch. We want to see your energy because we come there on behalf of Zachary's mission and collect items, collect money, and have a good time. We bring the party to you.
Yeah. You went right into that. I thought we were going to talk blogs first.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is.
Are we going to do it again?
No, that's actually blog.
Oh,
yes,
gotcha.
I cued that in that way.
Okay, that was pretty smart. So we're excited because we adore the mission of Zachary's mission, and we've met quite a few people, and they have been able to fulfill sometimes 8 months worth of Zach packs, which we're really excited for. So basically, they prepare an Amazon wish list, and the porches collect it. But we bring really good gifts, and let me tell you, we secured this week Grandpa Joe's P-Square candles, Caliente, Ernie Ritchie's sausage. I'm trying to think what else. Mancini's.
And I thought there was one more. Oh, Mary Mac. Mary Mac sent you her biscuit.
And we're not done yet. Oh, and the aviary. We're not done yet. Because, there's somebody to our left that we might have to hit up and say, what prize are you giving us?
It is a competition because while every house gets that set of prizes, because it's really no prize to have us show up, but it is a prize, all those prizes. But the one the house that collects the most, there is a grand prize.
Yep. We can't tell you because we didn't make it up yet.
Yeah, we're still working on the house prizes.
We'll get there.
In the meantime, so that's the do-gooding that's going on. And the second thing we do on the blog is let you know about people that are being Jags. And this one, there haven't been many recently, but this one was featured on Channel 11 in the fact that they're in the middle of the day, a neighbor looked down with her phone and basically watched a person allegedly tear apart their air conditioning unit like they were rummaging through shoes and trying to get the scrap metal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. So
who does that?
I guess we need to remind everybody that there is a camera in every corner of the world right now. So no matter what you do, you're going to get caught, you Jags.
For sure. There you go. But we are Term of Endearment Jags, and we are proud to welcome our friend, Alex, from Pittsburgh Brewing. Listen, quick story about you. We came up and we did a little video that was so much fun for March Madness, and you were like, look, I'm the shy guy. Yeah, right. You're not at all. You were perfect.
I'm kind of shy.
On camera. No, you were great. Well, the good news is you came to do our happy hour, so you brought a few things for everybody. But before we get into what we get to taste test, tell us what in the heck is going on at Pittsburgh Brewing, because it feels like everything. We're getting press releases galore.
Yeah, we have a lot of events coming up, like concerts and like just get people in the brewery. So we have a river regatta coming up June 7th and 8th. So that's what we're excited about.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and what can we expect?
Beer, music, food, boat races. That's
I
the
love
big
that.
stuff.
Yes, in that order.
Yes. Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, the boat races are very similar to what we're all accustomed to and we've missed for years, right?
Yeah.
So right along
crazy.
the river there. And you guys are up on what exit is it? I forget again.
Creighton exit.
Yeah. Off 28.
Why do I know that? Because I never know those exits.
That is true. Yeah, you're right. How does she know that, B? Well,
I wish you knew me to understand that's a lot.
It is a section of land that's been cleared off, so the brewery is there, the distillery is there. Now it's an event space. Yep. It's super cool to go up there.
Yeah, we have great space. A lot of, we have all kinds of stuff playing, car shows, motorcycle shows, so a lot going on this summer.
But also, and I'm not sure if I'm right on this, people can just randomly come. Like, do you have happy hour events here and there as well?
Yeah, we'll do acoustic nights. We'll have tap room hours. Every Steeler game, hockey games, we'll do something get people inside.
Yeah. And if you guys have not been there, let me describe very quickly. And we've had somebody on, I don't recall her name, who talked about the tours and how unique the tours are. That you can come see just how it's pristine in there. Every time I go in, I tell you guys, it's so clean. You look out and you can see the conveyor belts with all the fun things going on. Yep. But if you're upstairs where the bars are, you can actually see there's multiple televisions, and it feels like bar service and tables that goes on for miles. And every social media post looks like there's a million people there.
Yeah, everything fills up. People love coming. People love getting inside. It's really cool place. Lots to do.
Yeah.
You're right in the middle of it. So it's a working we brew every day,
Yeah.
and people are in there when we're brewing and bottling. It's just super cool.
So cool.
It
Yeah.
is cool to watch that all happening as far as how the bottles come down the line.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know why it's so fascinating, but it is unbelievably fascinating how they get the labels on, get put in the boxes,
Yep.
and your team is all there doing their thing, doing the watchful eye. We watched the steam fitters get a special label get put on
Yeah.
up there the one time. So,
Yep.
and in the meantime, you have the distillery there, right? So,
Right.
And the party never ends, I guess. But at some point, you do have to go home. You have to kick everybody out.
Right. Yeah, we do got to still
No
brew
sleepovers.
beer.
Yes.
We still got to work.
Yeah.
We understand. We understand. So not to be tacky, we do this about our junk drawer also, but what did you bring us? Because I'm dying to try. You guys
Well-
brought, yes, go ahead.
I did
Yes.
bring my bottle opener for the
Okay.
junk drawer.
It is literally a bottle
so smart.
opener.
So
Yeah.
smart.
Nice.
Yes.
So he even gets a round of
I'll
applause
take
for
that. Yeah.
All right,
Oh, that's
It's
nice.
bad that was in my desk, I think.
No, that's okay.
It was
That's all
that's
right.
fantastic. You
All
even have
right,
good tchotchkes.
And, Eros
And
says-
I'd like our drinks, please,
Oh,
first.
yeah.
Yes.
What do we have here?
So this is our new thing. It's a tea and vodka. It's called Tippy Time.
God.
Only
Yes.
on site. We're only doing that on site for now. But
All right. Oh, you get that noise. Huh?
That ka-ch.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
We
good
had
summer drink.
poolside
yeah, it's good stuff.
last
Surfside,
year.
Yeah. Poolside? Yeah.
Yep.
Poolside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year, I'm not a beer drinker. I've made it clear. I loved it. It was fantastic. And so when we were there and we were talking to you guys about it, you were like, oh yeah, people were asking for it already. And it was
Right.
only March. So here we are. But so this is new.
Yeah, that's brand new. So that's not even. I think we had one event where we had it on site. So that will be our summer drink this year.
Let's pretend that didn't happen. You see it here on the Jagoff podcast.
Breaking news.
No, this is awesome.
Yeah, the whole poolside thing. Like, I'm not a fruity beer person.
Right.
I go, no, I just want beer.
So good.
And then at a tasting at our own anniversary there, I think our kickoff, I tasted it, and 2 glasses into it, I ended up being 2 cans into it at some point.
Right.
So,
Yes. 2 can
it's
John, that's what we call
really,
him.
really awesome.
Right.
So
All right.
Alex, where does everybody find you physically again? The crate next off of 28.
Yeah, Crate and Exit off 28. You can't miss us if you're driving up 28.
That's true.
Yeah, we got the big American flag, the huge factory, billboards
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And then for social media so that they can find out what events or to make sure that they're not coming at the wrong time for the little regatta.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Brewing Company. That's our website, all of our social media, and Iron City Distilling too. So
Nice.
we
Yeah.
have one for each.
And make sure you check it out because honestly, it is a unique place to even just do tours and have some bonding with companies and things like that.
Yeah.
We have a great relationship. We adore you guys and we love that you're so ingrained in Pittsburgh. So thank you. We appreciate it.
absolutely.
Are you ready for the question of the day?
I am.
John Chamberlain.
All right,
You
here we
wrote
go.
it. I'm impressed. He's
Yeah,
been doing
when
this
you-
every week.
It's getting poolside. This is not in honor of you, Alex.
Okay.
When you were a kid, there was probably a friend
This is good.
or you had your own pool.
Yeah.
But who did you depend on as going to their pool all
Who
of
was
the
your pool
time?
person? Yeah.
Right. Was it your own pool or
Oh,
did you have a friend?
Next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right.
Walk right across the street.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep.
man. See, that's
Nice.
an easy, that's
Always-
a really good question. Everybody has a pool person.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Not a pool guy
Not
or
a pool, right.
boy or girl,
right.
but
a pool
it's all right,
friend.
you have
A
a pool
friend that
friend.
has a pool.
Yeah.
How about
Yes,
that?
the pool connoisseur.
Alex, you're awesome. We always appreciate that you came down 28
Yep.
to come visit us and make sure everybody goes up 28 to go visit Alex.
There you
and
go.
say, hey, Alex, I saw you on the podcast. You Jagoff?
Or not.
Yeah.
Next up, we get to see a little something with me and Charles from People's Gas. It will surprise you. Stay with us on your Jagoff Late Night.
You're like the beat guy. You kind of walk around and you have a little bit of information about everything. I came across something and you sort of taught me it's the manner in which you communicate. So I saw a PG, a number, and then 3 letters.
Written in yellow was PG. That represents People's Gas. The number was 6 inch.
Okay.
That says the size of the pipe. And the 3 letters, PLA, says it's plastic. So that's the locator telling the excavator that placed the one call, People's Gas has a 6 inch plastic facility underground right here under this marking.
Okay, so we learn something new every day thanks to the folks at People's, but 811, you got to call 811, right?
Yes, you call 811 to be safe, keep yourself safe, your crew safe, and the public safe.
And it's the law.
And it's the law.
The
best thing about it is now I have a life. I got weekends off, nights off, and just learning new skills in life. I think that's the coolest thing, is being able to take home what I learned on the job site and be able to do that at the house. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be just coming out of high school, graduating from college, or like me, you've been in a business for so long, you just wanted to change. And the pension is great, the health benefits are great, and the time you get to spend home is great.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's.
Welcome to Flamingo. Can I take your orders?
You need a tappet?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwiches to cook. Here we go.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
It's Rachel and John back, and one of our regular guests it's crazy that how many times you've been on our podcast, Jerad, and we've mispronounced your name, because Yinzers do that, right? But it's Jerad Bachar, the CEO and president of Visit Pittsburgh. Been in the news a lot because there's a lot of going on, right? There's a lot of
Your face is on more than like our sports people.
Hardly.
I love it.
There is a lot going on. There is so much going on. Everything is a bit overshadowed by the NFL draft, of course. But even beyond that, we've got the U.S. Open in just a couple of weeks, so that's really quite exciting. But even beyond that, the entire summer calendar is heavily populated once again. So it's going to be an exciting summer.
I've told you this before, so forgive my repeating, but when I am looking for a reason to talk about something going on the radio, or even for my own planning, your website is so helpful. Seriously, to go and look. Did you just recently have an upgrade?
Yeah, we completely redid the website. It's been probably a little over a year.
Okay.
But it continues to evolve.
Oh my gosh.
And in the age of AI, websites and our content creation team continues to put more and more content out there to make sure that website is useful. And also with all of the AI platforms scrubbing the internet for content on Pittsburgh when people are traveling here, we have to make sure that it continues to stay populated.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. What I love is hearing all the buzz around town. And you're right. We've all been talking about the draft, which is fantastic. But I think it is important to say there's even more. We're excited for this. And I think it's the timing, right? Because it just happened in, where was it?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Yeah.
And so I think all eyes were on it, like, what's it going to be like here? Yeah. Was it such a drastic difference being there and being here, or did it help you guys to kind of say, okay, this is going to sort of be the way we do it our way?
Yeah, every city puts their own touch on it, of course. When we started the bid process, we started in Kansas City, so we traveled there with our partners at the Steelers. So we were in Kansas City, then of course Detroit, and now in Green Bay. So we have certainly seen a lot of iterations of what a draft looks like. Every city is different. Pittsburgh will be different than any of the others that have ever hosted it. So, but there's little lessons that you learn every single time.
Right.
There's things that you can take
away. Just like an event. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say though, Green Bay was amazing. Like, it's a smaller market. I have never been there before. I don't know if you've been to Green Bay.
No.
It's a smaller city. They hosted the draft in and around Lambeau Field, which is about 20 minutes from their core of their downtown.
Okay.
But it was great. They did a fantastic job. They had a little over 600,000 people that were there over the weekend. Had a little bit of rain on the Friday, but Saturday was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So the entire community showed up. They had a little over 200,000 people just on Saturday alone.
Wow.
So then the cool thing is, while we're talking about the draft, your work isn't over, because at some point we want to share that. Like we see a Facebook post, we don't want that post to just be there. We want people to share it for the next months and years. So how do we extend our planning so that when they're here for the NFL draft, we're showing our stuff and say, by the way, come back in 6 months, a year for the St. Patrick's Day parade or whatever that is?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are starting to have those conversations already. There is life beyond the draft. Obviously, the draft is a pinnacle point for the city. And the draft is serving a lot serving the city in a lot of different ways. One, of course, is the economic benefit that we're going to see once the draft is here on the ground. Obviously, the brand Pittsburgh has been elevated in such a magnificent way over the last year. The amount of earned and earned media in particular, we have some other media, obviously with paid media and other strategies, but from an earned media standpoint, we got nearly 8 billion earned media impressions last year just for Pittsburgh alone. A big chunk of that was related to the NFL draft announcement, of course. So it really is exciting. But there is life beyond the draft, and that's what we're starting to plan now. We have a new ad agency that we're bringing on board. We're signing the contract next week. That ad agency, their whole entire mission is to make sure that they continue to tell the Pittsburgh story for 2 years after the draft. So we've got some great investment into that program. We've got some other resources who are investing in that program with us to make sure that we continue to tell that story.
I'm sorry, one more.
My God, remember,
one more
I'm a
great question
co-host.
coming. No, I'm just kidding. So the other thing is that you have helped us define the fact that it's not just sports here. Well, it's not just the primary sports there. We've had horse. What is it? Cattle bull riding.
Oh, bull riding. That's right.
You were going to get that animal. You were going to get that animal. Yeah.
You've had all of the redefining other things for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Well, think of all of the major stadiums, all of the 3 stadiums in particular downtown, and other venues, of course, across the region. But the 3 primary venues downtown, they're doing a phenomenal job of programming. Even at Acrisure Stadium, we had Motorsport there. Was it 3 weeks ago?
Yes.
Then we had AC/DC a week after that, and then this weekend we've got Monster Trucks back at Acrisure.
Right.
Yeah.
So they took the regular football field, of course, they covered it, filled it with dirt, had the motorsport, took all the dirt away, had the concert, brought the dirt back for this weekend. So it's been an incredible time for them. I was just speaking to the person that runs Acrisure today, and they're exhausted. Like, they've been working so hard to make sure that stadium stays busy.
Yeah. Jerad, you do a great job, and I've told you this plenty of times coming on, of making sure everyone gets their due. Even as I'm saying, when you come up, like, your face has been there, you're a very behind the scenes, get the work done, give everybody their credit. How do we work together? I think that is really the key to why this has been such a successful ramp up, because Pittsburgh is energized for this. Clearly, we are a football town, but I think they're seeing that we're trying to button things up, and it's a little bit of an impetus and a push for us to do better, right? Are you feeling that energy as from a goal perspective?
Absolutely. We unveiled the countdown clock, as you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Just on Monday, and my comments, the word that I kept using was collaboration, because nothing gets done without sincere collaboration. And that has to continue to be the way for us moving forward. But the great thing about the draft, even beyond the excitement, and I think there's an essence of pride that every Pittsburgher kind of feels in having this, whether you're a football fan or not. There's a sense of pride that the city is hosting one of the biggest sporting events in the country.
Sure. Right.
One of the biggest events, even beyond sports, in the country. Will be here for the draft, of course. But my point is that it's really important to make sure that the draft is known, or is that we're managing expectations, is a really good place, or a good way to put it. We often talk about it being the Taylor Swift concert on steroids.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. You've got 3 days of, close to 200,000, probably more than that for Pittsburgh, because we are in the heart of football country. We've talked about that before. We're a half day's drive to 11 other NFL markets, 35 NCAA Division I schools are within that same time frame. So we're in the heart of football country. So we're going to get a fan base that comes in. If Mayor Gainey has his way, it's going to be close to 1 million people. I'm not so sure we want 1 million people on the shores of downtown, because I would rather have, and collectively I think we'd rather have 600,000 or 700,000 who have a really good time, so that it's manageable. But regardless, I salute his ambitions.
Sure.
But beyond that, I think it's important to make sure that we continue to manage expectations. It's going to be an amazing opportunity, but our goal is to make sure we figure out how to maximize that opportunity moving forward.
Talk about that clock. We saw it come up and we were like, oh my gosh, we have to walk over there. Where is it? What is it? So for people who don't know. Yeah,
so we unveiled the clock on Monday. That clock was designed by a couple of local companies. They had a 4-week notice to build it, design it, build it, install it. So we put a lot of pressure on them, but they got it done. It is representative of Pittsburgh, of course. The base is steel. It represents the sister bridges that are just around the corner along the Allegheny from there where that clock is located. The clock is located close to Acrisure Stadium. So if your listeners are not familiar, just find Acrisure Stadium, stage AE, and you'll find the clock. It's bright yellow. You can't miss it. But on the other side, so on one side there's our 90 neighborhoods, and then on the other side are all the Whippeal schools. So all of the local athletic programs are represented there. And it's just a countdown. And one of the things too, you were talking a little bit about, the kind of the essence of the draft is coming. But we thought it was going to be really important for people to be able to see something. We needed a visible marker that the draft was coming.
Right.
Because if you don't see that, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. We have 12 subcommittees from everything from public safety to parking, transportation, hotel subcommittee, our downtown programming subcommittee. Like there's a lot of moving parts, but
collaboration, right?
Collaboration. But you don't see it. So we needed something to really mark it so everybody can come out and celebrate.
And this person that you're hearing or watching
do the name
is Jerad Bachar.
Wow. Ish.
Did I get it?
Ish.
Spot on.
Well, there you go.
I appreciate it.
President and CEO of Visit Pittsburgh. So, Jerad, as you know, you have so much good information to dispel. But, however, we have very important things, too, such as a question of the day. And the Rohrich Honda question of the day is really important, too.
It has nothing to do with the draft. There's that.
It's just so happy. Are you just so happy to not
talk
have
about
to
something
answer
else?
Yeah. But I could bring up HVAC, and you say, there's a draft in here, like I don't even want to talk about it. Close the door. Anyway, all right. So growing up, was there somebody in your neighborhood, either you had the pool that was the community pool, or who was your best friend, who was your house that had a pool, or nobody?
Well, I think we talked about that. I grew up on a farm in central Kansas. So
I knew there was a story.
I'm a redneck at heart. Yes. So we were in the river. Like there was a big river that flowed through the kind of the valley where our farm was. So we were on the river most of the time in the summertime if we were looking for a pool. No one had pools. We're not that posh in central Kansas.
Sure.
So no one had swimming pools.
We did. Everybody had a pool around where we were. But, I'm not a pool person. I never went to the public pool. There's that. Because you never knew what people did in that. That's a whole other story. Jerad, where does everybody find you, follow you, all that good stuff to find out all about Pittsburgh?
All of our Visit Pittsburgh social channels are there, but visitpittsburgh.com is a great place to start.
Easy enough. We have missed you. Thank you so much for coming on, and it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for the invite. I always enjoy it.
Always honored. Go ahead.
All right, John. Next up, Tara of all trades. Stay with us on your Jagoff Late Night. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's. PittsburghUsedCars.com. With hundreds of used cars across 8 dealerships throughout the city, we provide the greater Pittsburgh area with a premium used car buying experience. Looking for unbeatable pricing on some of the best used cars in Pittsburgh? Visit Pittsburgh Used Cars Clearance Zone today. We're providing out-the-door pricing on all of our clearance zone inventory. PittsburghUsedCars.com.
Hey everybody, I am here with my niece, Rebecca. Hi. Who's a sophomore at Duquesne University. And our G-Jet, we are making a recipe from this book, which was my great-grandmother's, her great-great-grandmother's, Elvira Vanetti Ferracco. And this is a recipe that neither of us have ever made. No, so anyone can possibly go wrong. We're making a ricotta cake Italian cheese pie is the whole title that she puts on there. It's very specific. Rebecca, what I love about doing this with you, and part of the reason I wanted to do this with you, is because you've become quite the baker.
I have.
You
I
have.
would say so.
It's awesome though.
Yeah.
And you love doing it. Like you've become the person who makes the desserts for the family things.
I am the designated family baker. Easter, baking. Christmas, cookie tray. That's all me.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite thing to make? Cookie.
It's John and Rachel. Welcome back to your Jagoff Late Night. And we had the privilege of talking with and getting to know in about 4 segments Tara of All Trades on the radio a couple of weeks ago. And we said, we need to have you come on the podcast because it's a different experience. And we've been following you. And it's interesting how once you've gotten to know someone, you can sort of like get a feel for how they're doing things, why they're doing things. If somebody doesn't know who Tara of All Trades is, I can do a quick recap. Started during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And the trades part is you do everything from gardening to talking about health to talking about where you've been. Yeah. And people are just enjoying watching this go down. So welcome to the podcast piece.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So give us a little bit of an idea on why did this all start? Was it the whole boredom out of COVID? And
it was actually to watch my kids. So it was in 2019. I was like, no, you're not going to get on this TikTok app
thing.
Musically then. And then I was teaching older moms how to do dances.
Got
cringy.
it. Love that.
Cringy.
Yes.
But I had these older moms following me or my age.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say like me.
Yeah. And then it just continued. And then, COVID hit and my husband's like, let's, show people how to garden.
Sure.
Let's show people how you cook. And so that's how it kind of started. And then I was like, maybe there's money in this. Mm-hmm. And Isley's was the first that took a chance on me. They sponsored me.
Yes.
Because I started with Pittsburgh, companies, and then Eaton Park came, Kennywood came, and I was like, whoa. And then Facebook started, and it was before Reels, believe it or not, before you scrolled that. And they were competing with TikTok.
Sure.
And so I decided, well, what if I make a page? And so I did something in my pajamas, made an old recipe, smiled the whole time. And people were thinking, is this like a joke? Is this woman for real? But I really do smile a lot.
Yeah.
So, and then it had 75 million. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need your bank account. We have to deposit this money. And my husband's like, this is a scam. This is, this isn't real. And they're like, you're a creator. You have to give us your information. I'm like, I'm just going to open up a account at a different bank. And it was legit. And then it just took off from there.
Yes.
I showed my husband shaving for the first time. That had 175.
He waited till he was this age to shave for the first time?
Well, since I met him. So 26 years, never saw him, and my son came downstairs and he does look like he's buffering. And that had 275 million. So much so that Facebook sent me a plaque and I was like, you're the top earner for for 3 months. It was just insane.
And so I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this because I mean it in you've gotten to know me in the most respectful way. So people are nebby, and that you're conveying that something so basic, something so routine became something that people wanted to see. And you're scratching your head going these are things that people do.
Right.
But it was working.
Yes.
So then did that create sort of this raise the bar on content creation, or did you kind of continue down that path? Of okay, well, what else is going to work, right?
Yeah,
because the algorithms are so weird.
It is definitely weird. The algorithm's weird, but I do think that I just kind of stay. I don't know how to say it. Maybe stay grounded and just I don't change anything. I'm not one of those creators that it's like, okay, now I have money and watch me go here. So I mean, my kitchen, everybody knows it's old. And my husband built me a pool. I showed that off. And so I just keep everything basic. But I just keep having ideas. And I figure once the ideas run out, then I'll be done. I mean, but I'm just showing my life, basically,
And so do the relatives that you used to not speak to, have they become your friends? Oh, you're famous
Honestly,
now.
I feel other than just my immediate family, my husband and my kids, my family doesn't really care that much. They're like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
When you go to catch up with people in the grocery store, you say, oh, how have you been? And then they go, don't worry, I know how you've been.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sometimes, and that will surprise me because I've kept my day job. I work for the county, and every once in a while I'll be walking around the courthouse, and they're like, oh, wait a second, I seen you, I seen you on video.
That woman?
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, you work? I'm like, yeah, I do work.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of, it's still weird to me. I don't really get recognized that much. I was actually an optician for years. I worked in optical. So because I worked in the same eye place for 20 years, if somebody says, I think I know you, I say, oh, did I sell you glasses? They're like, no, I saw you cooking an old recipe. And my husband's like, why do you go to optical?
That is hysterical. Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know.
That's funny. But boy, you must be really smart. That's where my mind went. Like, you were an eye doctor, and now you're, a public defender. And wow, you're smarter. Or maybe it's my drink. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm
Tara,
just a hustler.
I'm impressed. Yes, you're a hustler. There
Yes.
you go. What has it been like, though, actually getting to know Pittsburgh? Because you've done that as well.
Yes, definitely. I did like the top foods of Pittsburgh.
Sure.
I just went through all of that, and I was on Pittsburgh Today Live and showed off all the foods that we're known for, and then now I'm doing like best burgers in Westmoreland County.
Oh, okay.
So just trying to highlight a little bit more of like where I'm from,
Sure.
and showing some of those foods off.
And I think it's important, and kudos to people like you who are focusing on local, right? Because it would be easy with the platform to take it to another level.
Definitely.
But the fact that you're looking at your roots and really through your work, you're epitomizing what Pittsburgh or Westmoreland County, Western Pennsylvania is doing.
Definitely. Yeah, and how to grow food here too.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
People are like, you can have a garden in Pittsburgh. Yes, you can.
Yes.
So, we do the cocktail hour where we have somebody come in and sample. I
Clearly.
think we should have you come in. And you should make hamburger helper some night for
No,
everybody.
no, Tara, you should make the Jello chicken that you.
I really should.
Don't even
Jello
I
chicken.
know, John,
you
look,
guys
this is
love
his
that.
Face. Look at his face. Hysterical.
John, I'll gag.
They had this whole conversation, and John couldn't talk on the radio. It was so funny because it was out of a cookbook.
It was
in all
out
fairness.
of a cookbook. Yeah, it was real.
Yes.
Our grandparents ate it. Maybe.
Right. And somehow they survived.
Yes.
All right. So Tara, tell everybody where they find you online.
Tara of All Trades on Facebook, Tara of All Trades on TikTok, and Tara of All Trades on Instagram.
All right. Now, Tara, our big question of the day
Yes.
is, wait, first, do you have a junk drawer item by any
I
chance?
do.
Yes.
Since I'm working in the office, I have a finger. My coworkers kind of make fun of me because you find them everywhere, but I need it.
Wait, is it like for
going through papers?
Oh,
For like filing.
So it's like a little rubber tip that you put on your finger. Okay. Wow.
All right.
I didn't stop.
I'm
at
giving
that,
you the
did
finger.
The question of the day, though, and I actually do have another follow-up if we have time, but
Oh,
the
yeah?
question of the day is, and we know you grew up in Elizabeth. Yes. And so were there a lot of pools? Were you the pool person? Did you have that go-to person whose
We
house
were
you
not.
went?
I love that you're asking.
Yeah.
This. Nobody let me use their pool. Our neighbors
I
were
hate them.
so mean. Okay. And my husband, I told him this story. I would dream, and I would in the shower for real. I would pretend to swim under the shower because I love swimming so much. But my mom always took us to public pools, and I
Okay.
loved
Oh,
it.
you public
and
pool.
so as soon as we bought our house, my husband said, "That story broke my heart. I'm building you a pool." And I did a video on that.
I never saw that.
And that's why
Okay.
everybody's in love with my husband.
No, wait a minute.
So he built me a pool.
Can
Seriously,
you-
a wall fence
Can
pool.
you find all those people, those jags that didn't invite you to the pool?
Listen,
They're
for
going
real.
to go, they check me out at my pool, and you're
Well,
not
I feel
coming?
like the videos that go viral. I'm like,
Yes.
I have my own pool
Yeah.
now.
Oh, my God.
How do you
that's
like
such-
me now? There you go.
And we invite everybody to ours.
Except them. Please say except them.
Yes.
That's fair.
Well, and I have to say, the funniest part is our questions of the day are so random.
Yes.
We never saw
I
that
was so
video, so that's
excited.
really funny that
I
even
know,
came up.
and Jelly Roll and Bunny, his wife,
Yes.
shared that video. So it made it go
Stop
crazy,
it.
and they friended me, and I was
She
like,
noticed that little microphone drop. She's like, a little name
know,
called
Jelly
Jelly
Roll.
Roll.
Wow.
That is so
Yeah,
funny.
'cause he
That
just
is
loved that
interesting.
story, so,
Yeah, it is a
yeah.
great story. And kudos to your husband, because
I know,
when we
he is
talked to you last
amazing.
time, you said people just adore him.
They do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Tara, it has been a pleasure to get to know you. We certainly appreciate it. We wish you nothing but continued success. And what's next?
Oh, I'm hoping to hit 1 million followers on Facebook. I'm so close. And if you do, the women say they want a private phone call with my husband.
So if a quarter of our listeners follow, you'll get 1 million.
There you
right?
go.
Yeah,
Yes.
'cause-
There you go.
yeah,
Do it.
Yeah.
Tara, it's our pleasure. We want to stay in touch. Welcome to come back as often as you want, and let's make this happen on the followers. Next up, we always have musicians, and let me tell you, for last minute guests, we're pretty excited for the next up. Stay with us on your Jagoff Late Night.
I'm Scott Baker, president and founder of 5 Generation Bakers. You probably know us for our famous Jenny Lee Swirl Bread. We know Jenny Lee is delicious on its own, but we want to answer this question. How do you swirl with Jenny Lee?
Welcome to People's Clean Hydrogen Pilot Program. Here sits no ordinary container. It's a drop-in unit that transforms natural gas into clean, cost-effective hydrogen that can provide you with affordable, safe, and reliable energy with as few emissions as possible, removing carbon and making a product, not a pollutant. So no, it's no ordinary box. It's a powerful decarbonization tool, and just one of the ways Peoples is innovating the future of energy.
In case you're not familiar, this church actually was founded in 1897 is when this went up. And it was because of all of the, wait for it, Polish immigrants who came to the city in the late 1800s, mostly to work in the mills, of course. And they congregated here. And this neighborhood, you might not know, originally was named Heron Hill. And then because of the influx of the Polish population, eventually was renamed. And this is the church that they erected here in their neighborhood. And it was a church and a parish as well as a convent.
It's Rachel and John back to late night.
It's Rachel and John. I'm not on you, I promise. Yes.
Did I say on?
You said it's Rachel on John.
Oh my God, I'm slurring my words. Two sips from the Iron City Brewing guy, and here I am slurring my words already. So we need a driver on the way home. But anyways, it is Rachel and John, and we always are dedicated to providing local musicians, highlighting local acts. And so we have Paz and Ukelele Ed here, which is pretty awesome. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. It's actually Eddie.
Eddie, yeah,
Eddie,
come on, John. It's not hockey, Eddie. It's
I got the
ukulele Eddie.
Right, for God's sakes.
Yes.
Yes.
I have to give kudos to you guys because, as I said, you asked how I came across you. It was one of the music groups, and we love unique duos in particular because I come from a musical family. It's so important to me that we really just promote the local music scene. And from what I've seen, you guys certainly do that a lot, right?
Yes, we do. Thank you very much for having us, by the way.
Absolutely.
We're very excited.
Tell us a little bit about how you got your start.
Well, we were in a band together originally, and then the band, our bass player kept exploding, so we had to keep moving on. So finally I was like, you know what, I'm just doing it by myself. And Ed was the drummer, and he picked up the ukulele, and we started playing together, as an acoustic band, and it's been very, very helpful and successful and lovely.
You can't take drums into a coffee shop very easy, so I downsized basically.
Okay. And I mean, clearly you must have had some other kind of training, or you're that
I just watched what she was doing and applied the percussion principles and polyrhythms to it, and this is kind of...
Come on, John, the polyrhythms.
Of course,
you know that.
Right?
Silly John.
I mean, come on now.
There you go. So what types of places are you playing? Obviously, you've played for a lot of years, and so Pittsburgh has done sort of this gyration of different music, whether people are performing a lot or not. Where are you performing now?
We're performing a lot in the North Hills, but next weekend on Saturday, May 24th, we'll be at Arsenal Cider House over in Dormont. And we have a lot of stuff. If you go to our website, pazukeleleeddie.com, our entire schedule for the summer into all the way to November is there, but we're very excited. In July, we're going to be at Heartwood Acres.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going to be a part, it's called the Hemlock Groove series. It's in Hemlock Grove behind the mansion. It's a Wednesday night, July 23rd. We're very excited about that.
On the lawn kind of thing where they...
No, it's not on the lawn. It's behind the mansion. And there's a grove.
It's in a grove. I'm sorry.
It's in a grove.
Okay, gotcha.
There's a little, it's covered, so in case of rain, it's okay.
Don't say the R word, right? Because that'll happen. Yeah, for sure.
We're really excited about that. And we're excited about all the gigs that we have coming up. And you can find them on our website.
Okay.
Wow.
So did you bring us a junk drawer item? Because we got your pins and we appreciate them very much, but we are very hopeful.
Take my previous junk drawer item off my finger.
Okay.
All right.
So I brought you, there is a zipper fixer. Okay, and the reason I brought you a zipper fixer in case you break your zipper, and so people don't say, "Hey, Kennywood's open."
Only on a Pittsburgh podcast are going to hear that and know what it means, right? The fixer zipper, the zipper fixer.
Yes.
Zipper fixer.
Ask them the pool question.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so did you hear the question earlier?
Yes.
All right. Did you guys have somebody? Were you the person in the neighborhood?
Oh, God.
Who was your swimming person you had to buddy up with, no matter whether you liked them or not?
Okay, can I answer first?
You can go first.
Okay. So when I was growing up, there was a swimming pool. It was down by the Western Penitentiary, down along the Ohio River. It was called Roberta Lang. It was a public pool, gone. It was in a little town called Woods Run, gone. And
I'm from there. We got to talk.
Okay, we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I used to swim in Roberta Lang pool. And it was segregated at the time. Only girls would go a certain time, boys would go other times. When the boys were in, I was in the river.
All right.
I love
in
it.
Ohio.
Just a reminder, it's John and Rachel, you Jagoff late night. Go ahead.
Oh, mine's much more mundane. I think it was Bluedale Pool that we had out there in North Huntington. That, or for some reason, that name sticks. I can't really remember.
Okay.
It's all.
But it
fuzzy.
wasn't a person.
No.
Okay.
No
You guys
one.
public pooled.
Yeah.
All right. We got to talk about this, Paz.
Okay.
All right. So next up, what's the song we're going to hear?
We're going to be playing a song called Steel Coaster, and it's written about the Steel Phantom in Kennywood Park.
Love that. Before we get to their song, we are going to hear a little something from Chelsie from Made in PGH. Stay with us, you Jagoff late night.
What's up, Jags? This is Chelsie with Made in PGH, and I'm here to bring you your 4-1 to-dos. All right, so first let's talk about the big reveal from the week and what everybody's talking about, which is the clock on the North Shore that is a countdown clock counting down the days until April 2026 when Pittsburgh hosts the draft. It's a huge deal for the city, and it's such an exciting time to be a part of it. So definitely get down there, check out the clock. It has all 90 neighborhoods listed on it, and then also it's paying homage to all of the Western PA high school football teams. So it's a really cool thing that, you know, it's just ingrained in our city, and it's something that's just the beginning. I can't wait to see what Visit Pittsburgh in the city bring us for the next 342 days. Now let's talk about Best Bites. We are bringing back Best Bites Southside Works on June 7th. We are so excited for this one. We had it last year and it was amazing. So if you didn't get to that one, this is your chance to make up for it. We have over 15 stops on the tour, which includes some of the newest places like the dumpling place down there, some pins, speckled egg, commonplace coffee, and also some of the staples of the South Side like the pretzel shop and Carmela's. So again, it's on June 7th. It is from noon to 4. Tickets are available at our website right now at madeinpgh.com/bestbites. You want to go there, grab your tickets, and join us for the day. It's going to be such a fun time. We're really excited about this one. All right, so let's stick with Southside Works here. Something happening this weekend, which is the Pittsburgh Pierogi Festival. We are so excited for this. We're going to be able to indulge in pierogies in so many different ways. You're going to get a taste of your classic pierogi. You're going to get some new pierogi-inspired dishes and also some pierogi-infused cocktails and beer. As you make your way through tasting, you're going to want to keep an eye out for QR codes around the event. They are for you to vote for the best pierogi or pierogi-inspired dish. We're so excited to partner with People's Gas on the People's Choice Award, and we can't wait to crown the next pierogi king or pierogi queen. All right, so that's it from me from Made in PGH. Again, follow us at Made in PGH on Instagram or check out madeinpgh.com to keep up with the latest happenings in the city.
The best thing about it is now I have a life. I got weekends off, nights off, and just learning new skills in life. I think that's the coolest thing is being able to take home what I learned on the job site and be able to do that at the house. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be just coming out of high school, graduating from college, or like me, you've been in a business for so long, you just wanted a change. And the pension is great, the health benefits are great, and the time you get to spend home is great.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's.
Welcome to Fernandez. Can I take your orders?
You need a tappet?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
Hi, we're Paz and Ukelele Eddie. The song we will be doing is Steel Coaster. I climbed aboard and you said, hold on tight.
Hold on tight.
Trembling all over, but you made me feel alright.
You made me feel alright.
Started off slow,
so very slow.
Then you pulled me to that summit.
You pulled me all the way.
When we got to the top,
yes.
Well, you caused me to plummet. Screaming down the hill and I was calling your name. My heart was really racing and my body inflamed. My hands were trembling and my legs were all numb. Ooh, baby, you're a real steel coaster. We did a loop-de-loop and pulled a hairpin turn. Every movement that you made would cause me to burn. You threw me in the air and then you rocked me side to side. Never in my life had I had such a thrilling ride. I thought that it was over, but you pulled me down again. Feeling that you gave me, it was such a deadly sin. You set my mind reeling with thoughts of ecstasy. Ooh, baby, you're a real steel coaster. Where do I buy my ticket? Ow! And repeat rides. We did a loop-de-loop and pulled a hairpin turn. Every movement that you made would cause me to burn. You threw me in the air and then you rocked me side to side. Never in my life had I had such a thrilling ride. The feeling you gave me really took my breath away. Talk about it every minute of the day. You are the ultimate amusement that is oh so fine. Ooh, baby, you're a real steel coaster. Steel coaster, steel coaster, steel coaster, steel coaster, steel coaster.
Thank you guys. Here, if you don't mind, I'll grab this here. Yep. Yes. Well, first of all, thank you very much because, as we said earlier, you guys were, you were on the turnpike with Michaela, I think is what happened, right? So, yeah. And so we want to say thank you to Michaela, to Johnny, to Tracy, and thank you to you guys. Thank you to our guests at Pittsburgh Brewing and Distilling. Thank you to Tara of All Trades. Thank you to Jerad Bachar, now as we know from Visit Pittsburgh, and we really just appreciate everybody coming. And we had the Hoovers here they came down, right, and intern Roman. So anyways, have a good night.